Today we like to talk about forgiveness and what forgiveness is like being a Christian. And the reason why we came up with that topic is I was scrolling Facebook, and of course I saw that Amber Geiger had been convicted of murder in Texas. Texas, they don't have degrees of murder, they just have murder, and that's what she was convicted of. And then at her sentencing hearing, Botham Jean's brother, is his name Bryant? I think his name is Brant Jean. He said that he forgave her, and he asked the judge to give her a hug. And so the judge allowed that, and he walked over and he gave her a hug. His mother isn't quite there yet. She said that she feels that the prosecution messed up the case, and the police officers that were at the crime scene, the investigators, didn't do what they were supposed to do. That some very telling information was left out, and
such as like text messages and things like that.
Text messages. There was a video. I don't know if I'm sure Botham Jean's mom knows about that video that the lady recorded. She said that she was under a gag order. She can't talk about what's in the video, and she was fired from her job because people kept calling up there, and I don't understand how she got fired from her job. But the judge went down and was hugging the Jean family. And so she said that she felt like it would have been rude for her to hug the Jean family and not hug Amber Geiger. So she also gave Amber Geiger a hug along with her favorite Bible. And today I read an article where she said that Amber asked her, "Will God forgive me?" And she said, "Yes, God will forgive you. He forgives everyone who asks." And she was like, "I don't even have a Bible. I don't know where to begin." So she gave her Bible, the one that she carries with her, and she labeled it as her favorite Bible. And so, of course, that has sparked outrage. There are many people who feel like did I say she got 10 years for murder? I'm not sure if I said it or not, but she was sentenced to 10 years in jail for murder. And people are outraged, and they feel like that's way too lenient for someone who walked into someone else's home and shot them, because she said she was afraid for her life. She thought someone was breaking in her house. Like all burglars breaking your house, sit down on your couch and eat ice cream. That's what they do. So the girl that recorded the video, she said that she heard Botham Jean ask her, "Why did you shoot me? Why did you shoot me?" But that's not what our video is about today. Our video is about forgiveness and the fact that Brant Jean forgave Amber Geiger for murdering his brother in cold blood. And let's talk about...
Before you go there, let me go back to something real quick. We're going to talk about, of course, we're going to get into forgiveness and everything. But I want to say how out of order, in my opinion, the judge was in hugging anybody. There should have been... This is not the first case this judge has been on that has probably had all kind of controversy towards it, just that this is a big controversial topic. She was out of order hugging anybody. And we make it seem like it's okay for her to hug the Jean family. And it was wrong for her to hug the other girl. It was wrong for her to even hug the Jean family, in my opinion.
Because she's a judge and she's supposed to be impartial.
Exactly. That's where the judge messed up. Not in hugging the girl. She messed up hugging, period. She made herself impartial. She showed herself as someone who she stepped out of the judge role at that point and went into a person role, and that was If she wanted to do that, she could do that on her off time when she come and do whatever, and would have been none the wiser. She showed that she was partial to the chick at that point, and that's how people saw that.
Because until I read the article that they put out about the judge actually said if I had hugged a black woman, then no one would have this outrage. I didn't until I read that article today. I didn't know that she also hugged the Jean family. I didn't know that, but I agree with Ronique that a courtroom is no place for a judge to come down off the bench
never came up
and hug people.
Not only that, though, what's the use? Seems to me the bailiffs and everybody should have been like, whoa.
Right.
Where you going?
Right. Why y'all even having a conversation?
We can't approach.
Why haven't y'all taken this chick order back to be booked?
No, why?
Into jail?
Yeah, she should have been gone. But why is this judge coming down and the bailiffs not saying at a certain point? There's a certain point to where the bailiffs keep the people back and they keep the judge back. Like this is not proper protocol.
Right.
And so that was an issue there. I think the bailiffs was wrong in not telling her, look, no, back up, man. I know she the judge and all, but your job is to keep them two separate, and you didn't do your job. The bailiffs did, and then she stepped down off the bench, putting herself in all kind of danger. At what point would she hug someone and they say, oh, you didn't do your job? That mom who still don't understand forgiveness, that mom could have came wrong at her, and then, so you want to hug me now?
Mm-hmm. After you done gave this chick 10 years for killing my baby?
Right. So, no, she should have never came down. She was wrong. I'm just saying, to go back before we talk about forgiveness, she was, in my opinion, she was wrong for coming down off the bench and hugging anybody. She should never. Matter of fact, I think some type of fine should be imposed.
And I feel like her saying that if it was a black woman, if she had hugged a black woman, I feel like that is disingenuous. And I feel like all of this is because she is running for state judge. That's why she did it. That's why she came down there and hugged that white girl. For her to say that is disrespectful. It's disrespectful. It's disingenuous. And I think that her whole demeanor in that, the whole way she came across in that article was indignant. Like, how dare y'all?
Okay, you know what? This whole white privilege thing shows up in so many ways. That's a whole other video. But there you go.
It's not just that they receive the privilege. It's not just that. We give it to them. We give it to them because we've been so socially indoctrinated with the thought that to be white is to be superior and white people are better. The whole country believes that. The whole country, we're trying to get away from it. We're trying to recognize when it shows up. But this situation right here is an epic example of white privilege.
In that way, and also trying to point out how we just take everything as being racial. That's white privilege, because you want to try to flip the script or flip the scenario to try to put it back on us when you were wrong. That's privilege.
You were wrong. That's right. But let's get into the topic of forgiveness. And y'all, we didn't come prepared. We just sat down to do a video, and
I can't bring no scriptures or nothing about forgiveness, but I do want to start forgiveness off by saying that forgiveness for the brother Jean was not, I'm saying because I'll forget his first name, was not because he was just forgiving that girl. Forgiveness is for you.
It's for you. Yeah.
Forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is because at no point in time will she ever feel what he feels. At no point in time will she ever understand how he feels. And so at a point in time, it's either he have to keep harboring those feelings that he has, or he could choose to let them go. Y'all, stuff like that brings stress and sickness and everything within your body, and it's hard to let go, but it's best to let go. So at that time, forgiveness was not for her. Forgiveness was not because he was trying to be all Christian. Forgiveness was for him
to be healthy.
And if he went back and used that he's a Christian because and he's supposed to forgive, it doesn't, to me, that doesn't matter. To me, forgiveness was for him, and in the long run, he has healed himself from a whole bunch of hurt that he could still be imposing on himself. So
that half the country is still imposing on himself, because
and on him.
There are people who are angry that she only got 10 years. And I will venture to say that I'm one of the people that is very much angry that she got 10 years. I felt like that is a slap in the face. A slap in the face. You know, people take it as a joke. You can get shot in a car while reaching for something out the glove compartment. You can get choked on the side of on the sidewalk for selling singles. You can get shot in a park when you're 12 years old because you're playing with a water gun. It's just so many. You can get shot in the back numerous times. It's just over and over and over again that our black men are being shot and killed by police officers. Now you can get shot and killed sitting in your own home.
Yes, and yes, then we want to make a.
I'm glad she was convicted.
And y'all still want to follow football.
I'm glad she was convicted, and I'm glad she got 10 years. But she needs more than that. I don't think that her the time that she receives fits the crime.
I don't think it does either. But you know what I say in the end of all this, that she has to, in the end, okay, my theory, and this is what I'm going to say on this. My theory is that she knew exactly where she was at. She knew exactly what was going on. I'm not saying her and the dude had any type of relations or whatever, but I have a feeling they had something going on.
And she was mad
about something, and she went there and she took whatever in her own hands.
She planned it. I'm gonna walk in his house. I'm gonna act like
this is what I'm gonna say,
and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna shoot him, and I'm gonna kill him, and I'm gonna act like that's what she planned.
I don't know. So what I'm saying is this.
But because Texas doesn't have degrees of murder, Texas for murder in Texas carries a sentence of 5 to 99 years. So she could have got anywhere from 5 to 99 years, and that judge gave her 10. So
I'm just in this. While she feels she got off, while she feels the backstory and all this that didn't come out, or what did come out, it is all going to come out when she has to face her makeup. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that one day she's going to have to stand and atone for what she did and why she did it. And on that time is the reason why now I'm not mad about it, because she has to live with that. She has to live with that. So, and just because God forgives us, don't mean we don't pay for things that we've done.
Right.
So,
because it says that the Lord is faithful and just to forgive us. But and there's also something issue. I'm not very well versed in this subject about the other gentleman that testified. I want to know what he actually testified at the court.
I didn't follow the case at all. I didn't.
I want to know what he testified. I don't know what he testified, but I do know that he was shot in the parking lot of his apartment complex.
The same night?
I don't know if it was the same night, but it was this week sometime.
What make him relevant?
Shot and killed.
Oh, he's dead.
He's dead. He was shot and killed, and they said the reason why they were looking for. I'm not real versed in this part of the story, but he had weed in his bag. He had a bunch of weed. He was distributing. He was a drug dealer, but he's dealing marijuana. The same marijuana that is legal in some states in the United States. So he ain't got heroin. He ain't got cocaine. He got marijuana.
Yeah, I know.
But we gonna kill him.
He was black.
Yeah, he was black.
That's
and he testified against Amber Geiger. So that's something else that
And y'all don't forget she was a police officer. She was backed by the
police officer.
She was backed by them.
Oh, and we forgot to say anything about the bailiff that was stroking her damn hair. Did you see that?
I mean, I'm pretty sure she probably was in the same courthouse or courtroom where she had to go in many times whenever she arrested somebody.
But that was still inappropriate.
It's a lot of things that was totally inappropriate about the whole thing. So, I mean, just going back to forgiveness. Forgiveness for the brother was not about... He wasn't forgiving her because he totally was finished and not being upset with her anymore. He was forgiving her because he needed for him to move on.
And I want to say this.
And before you say that, real quick, keep it in mind, right? And I was talking to somebody yesterday, and this person said that who can follow a God, or let me not say verbatim what he said, but basically he was saying that how could they follow a system or somebody who could forgive something like that? Because you still thinking that forgiveness is for me forgiving that other person. Because when he walked away from that, he was done with that. As far as that, the hurt and the pain he was feeling towards that girl, and that he was harboring within himself. So that's what he was doing. So that has a lot to do with your Christianity. And it takes a lot to do something like that. Believe me.
And it's way harder. I would be there. I don't think I would be there.
I wouldn't either. It's way harder to go get there than it is to sit in your doggone pain. It's way easier to keep blaming and keep pain, and
exactly
that's not difficult at all.
So Botham Jean's mom didn't show that she forgave Amber Geiger, and that's okay. She don't have to. She don't have to. Botham Jean's brother did say and show that he forgave Amber Geiger. That is also okay. He can do wherever, and the people that are watching this video, me and my sister, wherever we are in our walk with our forgiveness of whoever, whatever we need to forgive for, it's okay. We can all work towards those things. Nobody is right in this situation, and nobody is wrong in this situation when it comes to forgiveness. It's better to forgive for you. It's better for the individual to forgive somebody else who's hurt them. It's better for that individual to go ahead on and forgive, because like she said, it's way harder to forgive than it is to sit in that pain. But that pain will rot and start to crust over, and it'll start to sink, and it'll spread to other things, and it'll eat at your whole entire life.
It turns
into other things, that unforgiveness in your life. So you need to let it go. You need to work on letting it go. There's some people in my life that I have to forgive constantly. You have to, some people that you choose to continue be in your life when they hurt you, you have to continue to forgive them for that hurt, because they bring it up and they don't even know they brought it up.
Not even that. They living life free
and
they don't even know you tripping.
Right.
They don't even know you mad.
Exactly. So
you mad? They don't even know.
Why are you mad about that? And so you have to continue on this journey of forgiveness to let stuff fall by the wayside and not remember stuff. Y'all, I have it bad. I have it bad about remembering things that people have done to me, and I have to remember to let it go.
We got it honestly though. We got it honestly.
Yeah.
I guess we need to do a video. I guess we should do a video on why certain things and why we are a certain way when it comes to things. That'd be something, because that'd be transparent. It'd be good because she don't watch YouTube anyway.
Well, y'all, we talking about our mama. We talking about our mama and how her unforgiveness and her carrying around pain has ate away at her, and how right now she's just a shell of who she used to be, because she's let so many things weigh her and bring her down.
And everything is everybody else's fault.
Everybody else's fault. She don't take any I can't think of the word I want to say. She don't
responsibility.
take any responsibility for the things that have happened to her in her life.
Or what she says or what she does.
Yeah. It's always somebody else did something to her, and
it could be something small.
Right.
It could be that she called you and you didn't answer the phone. Then you have plotted World War III against her. She come up with all kind of different scenarios about why you didn't call, why you didn't answer your phone, or what you may be doing, and what's going on, and what's more important to you, and how much she loves you but you don't love her, and all that stuff. And like my sister said, that unforgiveness and that hurt that people do to you, I carry it around with me too. But I have to realize, people are people, and everybody's hurting. Everybody has an issue, and everything that people does to me
isn't about me. A lot of the stuff that people do to you is about them
and what they've been through.
And
yeah,
they're reacting.
They didn't know any better.
They're reacting to their situations, and you just at the moment have to be the brunt of it because you're in that vicinity and with them at the time.
I mean, I don't go back to Louisiana for reasons that I just don't want to put myself in that space, mentally in that space, and so I choose not to go back to Louisiana a lot. Unless I really have to, or I just feel okay at that moment, then I'll go. But it makes me not wrong in my forgiveness. I've forgiven. I just choose not. See, the thing about forgiveness is that when we forgive, it doesn't mean we have to go back and love on that person and be with that person and always. No,
I read this today when people say, "Oh, I thought you said you forgive me. You didn't forgive me." No, what this is a boundary. This is I've set up boundaries to where I don't have to go into certain things and allow you to treat me the way you treated me before. So it's not that I haven't forgiven you. I've forgiven you. It's just a boundary I put up between me and you that I don't have to be in your presence. I don't have to allow you to treat me the way you treated me.
Certain things that we still have to do, like with our mom, because she's our mom. We still do. So
we could either not be around her, not talk to her, not doing anything, or we could accept her for who she is and continue to forgive her over and over and over.
That's one person you have to continue to forgive because she's your mom. So what you do is you limit contact.
Right.
You limit contact, or when it gets toxic, you remove yourself from the situation. Because let me tell you, she will go from 0 to 10 and make you go from 0 to 100.
You won't even know yourself. You won't even
know how do this.
How did I even get here? She will bring you there.
So
like my cousin say, when my mama call, I have to get prayed up. I said, cousin, when my mama call, I have to get prayed up too. You know, you see your mama name on the call ID and you don't answer the call. You go ahead on and pray. You get prayed, and then you call it back. You call it back with the whole armor of God.
So I tell people all the time, like, because we all have things our issues that we've dealt with. I kind of feel like my mom era and all the women and moms in that era had kind of the same, like, kind of crazy issues. Like a lot of them don't have good relationships, like friends of mine with their daughters.
A lot of my girl cousins, a lot of my women cousins, they feel the same way about their mom as we feel about our mom. But like their mom is like the fun aunt, we like to be around her. Our mom to them is like the fun aunt. They like to be around her.
People see mom and they just love Miss Georgia. What Miss Georgia this? What Miss Georgia that? Like, child, if you only knew Miss, until Miss Georgia curses them out, and then they like, girl, your mama just cursing.
For the hurricane, my mama called and said, I'm going to Augusta. Call so-and-so and tell her that I want some chicken and some potatoes, right?
I'm like, how you even know she's going to be able to get
right.
that chicken?
So I called the lady that my mom told me to call.
I'm like, you called her?
So I called her. I said, my mom is going to be at the school. She said, she's probably going to be at this school. She said, yeah, and she wants you to get her some chicken and potatoes. She said, okay. And she went and got Bubba some chicken and potatoes. And I was like, thank you so much for taking care of my mom. And she was like, girl, whatever, that's my mama too. Everybody love our mama.
They love her.
They love her.
We was at this thing, this repast type. I don't know what you call that. What you call that? Party, whatever. But they was giving mama some Amsterdam and
the people when people meet mama, she's the life of the party.
They just want to give her the drink, but mama don't handle her liquor like
very
everybody
well at all.
Or like when our friend said, "Oh, you want a drink?" She gave mama a drink, and she was all cool. Then, but as soon as we got in the car, she was just cursing her out. We was like,
talking
now
bad
we
gotta
deal with it.
Calling the child out of name.
She just don't handle stuff the same. So. Yeah, she cool, but see, she's our mom, and so we have to deal, but we know how to deal with it.
And we've lived with it. We've lived with her, so we know all of those different personalities that she may have and how they present itself. I remember when we were at that party, me and my cousin walked out. I said, "Ooh, all that liquor in there. I'm surprised Mama not drinking."
She was drinking because it's like water in that cup. Because there wasn't no water in that cup.
I was like, I'm surprised Mama not drinking. When we came, I said, because when she drinking, you know she drinking. When we walked back in, Georgia made her turn into somebody else.
Just that quick. I told the girl, I said, what I gave your mama some. I don't give her no more. Don't give her.
She can have it.
Don't give her no more.
She gonna hold with you?
Don't give her no
So
more.
she can have
So
it.
that's all I'm saying. Forgiveness. Like I've had to forgive her over and over and over, and I've had to ask for forgiveness for things that I've said and done to my parents.
And to that point, having to ask for forgiveness, when you do ask for forgiveness, make sure that your behavior changes, because it don't even pay to ask for forgiveness and say you're sorry for something that you're gonna continue to do.
Yeah, I guess I never asked her for forgiveness, or I never asked Daddy for forgiveness. So I'm gonna have to do that. But I have prayed and asked God for forgiveness on the things that I did, girl. Like when I burned Daddy with the iron, I had to ask for forgiveness on that one.
Yeah.
I did.
Because
even though he was coming at Felicia, I still shouldn't have burned him with an iron.
Well, he wasn't coming at me. He had already slapped me across the room. So
well, that's why
she burned him with an iron. But even I forgot what I was gonna say.
It woke his butt up though.
But he did.
He didn't keep that though.
I forgot what I was gonna say. That you have to forgive. That wasn't what I was gonna say. I'm moving on.
I had to forgive myself on that too, though.
Yeah.
Only once I got convicted about it, though. So certain things I had to get because being like my mom, I'm mean. So I had to a lot of things that I've done, acted out on with them. I had to forgive myself on, because for the longest time I would keep myself out of relationships.
You about to cry?
I would keep myself out of relationships because I didn't want to be in anything like that. And so until I knew that I can physically,
you didn't want to
mentally go into something and not treat or act like that, I didn't. And so I stayed out of a relationship for like 8 years because of it.
And I think that might be why I've never had a very successful relationship, because I don't want to get close to anybody to give them that type of power over me, because I don't want to do or say anything to hurt somebody. I really hate to hurt people. I'm like the polar opposite of her. I just don't like to hurt people. Unless you hurt my children, then I'm unreasonable. Then I don't care. But outside of them, I just prefer for people to be happy.
Because I was always brought up, because my mom was lashed out. So I took the lashing out and she took the opposite route. So I lash out and she'll lash out at me, but she won't lash out at nobody else like that.
I'll lash out at people when I'm really angry. When I'm really, really angry, but it's not often. Most of the time I don't. If I'm convinced about what I'm saying, I'm gonna plant my feet, but I don't remember it. I'm the type of person that don't hold grudges. I say what I want to say, but I don't hold grudges. But that's not good either, because just because I've said what I want to say and I'm feeling good, and tomorrow I'm over it, other people need time to get over something that I may have said that not really hurt them, but didn't sit right with them. They might have time. So even though I can get over it easier, it's still not right to go around saying whatever it is you feel like you need to say and then getting over it, and you've hurt somebody.
I mean, the Bible says that everything is lawful, is not expedient.
Right.
So you can feel that what you're saying, and I say this a lot, you can feel that and I had to learn this. You can feel that what you're saying is right, and to you, it's right. So you say it because it's right, but that doesn't mean that it's right to anyone else. And so even though, and it could be right, but that don't mean it need to be said.
Right.
That doesn't mean it needs to be said.
Right.
So you have to recognize, and which I recognize in things that when I say certain things, I recognize that it doesn't need to be said. And sometimes it shuts me up. Just sometimes I struggle. Mm-hmm. So but in forgiveness, I had to go through a lot. There's a lot of things that happened that didn't come back to me until those 8 years where I was really working on it. And me, where I can date and I can do certain things and everything because I actually worked on myself and my forgiveness and everything. I had a moment where I went back to Louisiana and saw someone that had really hurt me, and
they not only are they not contrite, they don't even know.
Have no clue.
Have no clue that they hurt her.
Have no clue.
They know that they hurt her, but they don't know that it bothered her as much as it did.
They don't know that they don't know that they hurt. They don't know that it was such a big issue.
It's not an issue to them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's an issue. They don't know that it's an issue to her that the way that it is an issue to her. And before, they know what they did because they did it.
Well, yeah. But before I actually got into their space, you remember I flipped out. I actually was like, oh, I don't think I could do this. Mm-hmm. But, you know, certain things you have to do in life, you have to put yourself in spaces. And I was able to go in, hug the person, and do everything and have a conversation with them and everything. Like it was, you know, nothing. But it took a lot. And it took years. This is something these things that happened in the early 90s. This was 2 years ago.
Right.
So it took years for me to get there. And so forgiveness doesn't happen overnight. It's not easy. It's not easy to forgive someone and actually walk in that forgiveness. You can forgive them and when they're not around, and that's easy forgiveness. Hard forgiveness was walking up to that woman and giving her a hug. Mm-hmm. And giving her a hug. And I don't have to understand him. Nobody has to understand him, but he gets it for himself. And that's all that matters on that. That's all that matters.
And anybody can be mad about whatever they want to be mad about, but he can still forgive.
And you know what? That's your forgiveness. That's what you need to forgive.
You need to work on.
He good. So if y'all want to sit down, harbor those feelings, and have stress and strokes and heart attacks and headaches and y'all, I get headaches daily. It's not fun, so I sure don't want to have one because of that.
Anxiety about stuff.
Cutting yourself.
Yeah.
Contemplating suicide. Keeping up depression. Like, it's not, let it, it's easier said than done, but let it go.
It really is. We are talking. These are words that we're saying, and so we can let them come out of our mouth as easy as we can.
But also because we've been there,
right? But it's still hard work forgiving somebody,
and still there in some cases,
right? And still working on some things. Because I know Saturday somebody walked up to me and I was like, "Can you please just get out of my face? I really don't want to see you. I'm tolerating you. Please move."
I'm glad I wasn't here.
You know, and
they're lucky when things happen and I ain't around.
I'm tolerating you. Please move.
I was happy I was leaving. Actually,
I don't want to talk to you anymore. Stop talking to me.
There's a reason why I left my house like I did too. I'm serious. I did not want to be there. You know, certain things like y'all when it comes to certain. And I guess this could be a video too. We have finish with forgiveness and everything. Just know that forgiveness is for you and not for anyone else. And you come to your forgiveness in your own timing.
Now, fairies, we're going to go ahead on and leave y'all today. And we are so glad if you stuck with us as long as you have today of our rambling. The ramblings of Lisa and Ronnie, the Irish twins.
No script. Not scripted. We didn't write no notes.
Yes.
Yeah, it was just, and you know,
unwritten.
I pray that Amber
Geiger seeks true forgiveness and really repents about what she did
for the whole situation, whatever it is. Because I have a feeling that somebody asked me this morning, were they effing? I said maybe, possibly. You know, like,
and he ain't wanting no more. That's what I really think happened. He ain't wanting no more because I think she planned that. There was too many things that
we'll never know.
That's what I honestly and truly believe.
We'll never know,
but we won't know it because if I was her, I wouldn't say it. The only way we'll know what really happened is if we find that video that girl recorded that they took from her and put her on the gag order. She still have a copy of that. Somebody can, hey hackers, where's Anonymous?
They might find that video. But Anonymous, they don't know the past relationship.
I'm calling you to find that video and post it online, and we're gonna make it go viral.
But they don't know the past relationship between him and her. So
Anonymous, find them text messages.
Yeah, stuff like that needs to come out. Unless she write a book when she come out of her 10 years or whatever, you know. But I don't know. But all I know is I pray that that she.
But I feel like in a lot of the other cases,
what you feel about abolishing? I'm sorry.
I feel like in a lot of the other cases where people have been killed by cops unjustly, and the families have been received money from the city or the state or whoever they received money from for the wrongful death cases. I feel like this right here, the family. Can the family still sue for wrongful death? Because she was convicted.
I mean, if that's civil, and that's nothing but money. And where Amber got money?
No, it would come from the state because she's a police officer.
I don't know, but I mean, I know like with.
But she wasn't on duty.
I know, I
feel like them 10 years was the payment, the wrongful death payment.
I know, like with O.J. Simpson, they came back and they did that with that lady.
But he was found innocent.
He was found innocent, but they still came back. And
they did the civil suit, and they won the civil suit.
He had money. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they actually won that civil suit.
But yeah, I don't know.
But
what you feel about because I was watching Juicy and she was saying she wasn't tripping over the 10-year sentence because she wants to abolish the penal system. She's in that group of people that believe that the penal system should be abolished.
That people should not go to the penitentiary.
She feel like if
what gonna do with them? Kill them?
She feel like if people started, if everything became, which would never happen. That's why that's why I wouldn't be against. I'm against the abolishment of the penal system. Is because she feel like if things became equal, we wouldn't have all these situations.
That is utopia. That is never going to happen.
If we actually started in school and actually made things equal, that's never going to happen. And that's why I can't go for the abolishment of the penal system.
Y'all,
do I feel a lot of it is wrong? Heck yeah.
America.
But I feel like if people started doing stuff with fist to crown, like if you want to go out there and molest little girls or molest little boys, if you're a woman, if you're a man, if we start taking away some of the stuff that make them want to do it, like cutting off their penis, they'll stop that crap. You stroke a doggone invisible penis. How about that, sir? That's all I'm saying. Yeah, stop.
I don't think that jail is a deterrent. Jail is obviously not a deterrent.
Not at all.
It's not stopping people from committing crimes.
They're stupid.
I don't understand why are so much more violent than other countries.
What?
Well,
have you heard of Syria?
Well,
Iraq.
Our penal system is just busting at the seams because we have so many people in the penitentiary.
That's because we take care of everybody. Even when they might not like the food up in the people they fed, they might not like that whatever, but they not in the hot. You know what I'm saying? They might not. We give them money. They have commissary. It's not the best thing in the world.
Y'all, we done got so far off topic.
I mean, we going for like 38 minutes. I'm just saying it's not the best thing in the world, but it's compared to other countries, they have it good.
I just think it's too much.
I'm saying if we actually
but
made them do certain things,
I don't think that it needs to be abolished. I don't think we need to.
I think the punishment needs to fit the crime. Start cutting out.
I think it needs to be ran by the government and not private. I do think that
because it's a money thing.
Right.
It's a money thing.
I do agree with that. It needs to be government owned, government issue, government taken care of by either federal or state levels. But I don't think that the penitentiary system needs to be private.
If the federal government and everything was all that good, we wouldn't be having the president that we have right now. That one.
I hope our daddy watched this.
Argument. But anyway, y'all,
being messy. I love my daddy.
Me too. I love my mama.
All right, y'all. I love my mama too. Y'all like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the notification button, because y'all know y'all want to come back and see what else the Iwish Twins got to talk about.
One day we're gonna have a lot of people watch our videos. Maybe more than 20.
All right. right, y'all. Have a good evening.
Y'all have a good night. Toodles.
Bye.